Ladies and gentlemen, Professor X has consented to join me in presenting not a bout but rather a demonstration of the noble and manly art of Bartitsu, recently founded in London by my very dear colleague, Mr. Edward William Bartitsu, who has asked me to explain something of the art for his American cousins. Bartitsu is believed to be the first instance of an eclectic antagonistic. In other words, a method of self-defense formed not simply by the European traditions of armed combat, weapon combat, but also the injection of the Japanese method of hand-to-hand fighting without weapons, known as jiu-jitsu. Bartitsu therefore resolves itself into this eclectic combination of the Japanese jiu-jitsu, European fisticuffs and wrestling, Professor Vigny's method of self-defense with a walking stick or umbrella, and also the French art of la savate, la boxe française, French kickboxing. We will present our demonstration of some of the fundamental techniques of the art of Bartitsu. Professor X, if you would. We will hypothesize, ladies and gentlemen, that Professor X is a hooligan in the streets of London. He springs from the shadows and presents me his weapon. Instantly I perform an assessment. Is my walking stick capable of withstanding the blow from his? If so, then I will take likewise a defensive guard thus. If not, and that is my assumption at this moment, because of that, I will take instead an offensive guard. I'll ask you to step with your right foot forward, Professor X. Thank you. And I will take the initiative. I'll perform a preemptive strike, thus forcing Professor X to guard high. However, this is merely a ruse. I shall continue on and move forward, trapping his arm, striking him in the throat with the butt of my walking stick, stepping backwards, striking out his kneecap, rushing off to get a constable. Occasionally, however, the opposite is true. I may be better armed, better trained than my opponent. I'll ask you now please to place your stick down on the ground for a moment, Professor X. And because Bartitsu is a method of cross-training between these distinct methods of self-defense, we address all eventualities. Perhaps, indeed, the Bartitsu-trained defender is opposed by a British boxer. In this instance, I invite the attack. Thus, as the attack with the left lunge punch comes in, I step out to the side and strike his knee. As he repositions, I beat his time with a bayonet thrust thus. However, Mr. Bartitsu does not make the assumption that each of the sequences will work exactly as planned. And so, it may be that I make a mistake. It may be, for example, at this moment that he disarms me, takes my stick away. At that point, I segue instantly into boxing, into savate, or indeed into the art of jiu-jitsu. But of course, the unarmed Bartitsuke is not helpless. Mr. Barton Wright advises everyone strolling the streets of any of our major metropolitan areas to wear their overcoat thus. It may be that the blackguard steps forward and threatens me, desirous perhaps of absconding with my pocket watch. Mr. Barton Wright's advice is this: as he steps forward, cast your coat into his eyes, thereby blinding him. Strike him with a boxing blow to his body, thus move behind him and spill him forward. At which point, once again, apply a jiu-jitsu leg lock and call for the constable. Constable! Constable! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes this evening's presentation of Bartitsu.